peace and greetings. Empress Etoy here. Oh, I left my glasses on. Let me take them on. No, you know what? I kind of like them on. They look kind of good. They're kind of stewardship. Welcome to Don't Think Too Hard with your host, Empress Etoy. Um, we was kind of out for the last couple of weeks because there was a lot of technical difficulties that was going on, and I just wanted to, get things right and come back with that heat. So y'all know how we do. We always got to say your prayer first. Our Father, please bless this podcast and please bless everyone that's on this podcast. Please bless everyone that's looking at this podcast. Ooh, please, Father God, give me the word to say out my mouth. Let it come succinctly to your viewers, and those who have an ear, let them hear. I greatly appreciate you. I thank you so kindly. I give thanks. So, with that being said, it's been a week. It's been a few weeks. Hold on, let me just make some adjustments over here, cause y'all know how we do. We do this live and raw, and y'all already know I get myself together because I want to make this real. So we have a wonderful guest today. My guest is Officer Stephen Barnes. We're going to bring him in later. I actually did a play with him that went viral in January. It was amazing. Has a beautiful personality. He's dope. He's a big ball of fun. I know he's going to bring that heat later. And I got my co-host Elha Saladin. He's gonna bring his flavor with his knowledge. He's in his library right now, looking at him with all those books behind him. But what I want to talk about before I actually bring everybody on is letting go. Some of us, we walk around with so much pain and so much baggage that we have been dealing with most of our lives. And we don't know and we don't understand how much that affects us and how we respond to certain situations. And I've been told for, quite some time now, you have to let go. I was told by my Bible, I was told by just by people that's very, very important who I value their opinion. One thing I just was sitting in meditation, and I really hope that this resonates with someone. I was sitting in meditation and it was, well, why am I not able to let go certain situations and people? It could be a job, it could be a habit, it could just be anything of why I hold on to it for so long. And it came up, I have abandonment issues. And I was like, what? Abandonment issues. And this came up in meditation and in prayer. And and there also was the separation anxiety. And I'm like, what? The separation anxiety and the abandonment issues go hand in hand. So and I was told this during the meditation and prayer when I was doing the Queen of Fool rites of passage to become a sacred woman. And that kept coming up. And I kept saying, well, from where? But from where? From where? From where? And it happened so deep early in within my childhood when I was about maybe 3 or 4, when my grandmother died at first. She was my mother. I was with her all the time. I used to sleep with her. I even called her mommy. And then when she died, my mother started dating this police officer who I love dearly. I wish we lost contact over 20 years ago, but I wish I could get in contact with him. If anybody know Joseph Parker, he resigned as a sergeant at One Police Plaza. Please help me out. I have been looking for him for years. But his sister had died. And I had loved her so much to the point where I had wanted her to be my mother, but me and my mother never really got along from birth. But I love my mother dearly. And then next then his his father died and his mother died, and then it just was a whole bunch of deaths that I was dealing with before the age of 5. And then how my family used to respond to it. Then my great grandmother died, then my aunt Linda died. It just was death after death after death after death. And me as a little girl watching the grown-ups, how they handling their grief and how they're handling the funeral arrangements and things of that nature. I didn't like it, it just didn't never sit right with me. So I didn't realize that I was grieving all of these years. All these years I was grieving from 3, 4 years old. All of these years I was dealing with separation anxiety because I was watching so many people leave my life at such a young age, through a natural life thing, through death, and it caused the separation anxiety. But what I do want to say is, being that I have been doing the work to, deal with those abandonment issues, every time I let go of something, no matter if it's a thought pattern, no matter if it's a piece of clothing or something like that, something within me lightens up. And I realize as I heal, my ancestors heal, my children heal, I heal. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful experience. So I just had to, just talk about that. A lot of us are dealing with, grief. A lot of us are dealing with, pain that we have been carrying, since a youth. We're dealing with abandonment, and we wonder why we show up in relationships, the way we do, why we show up in friendships the way we do. Why some people become hoarders, and some people don't really understand where these behaviors come from. So I challenge you, I always give a challenge. I challenge you to, oh, let me fix my camera. I challenge you to do some shadow work. Do some shadow work on the part where you feel that is hindering you and where you feel as though you can do better at, and whatever's holding you back to be a better person, whatever pain that you may be holding on to. Everybody deserves to live trauma free. I don't believe that you have to die in order to do that. I believe it's your birthright to live a happy, free life from now. So without further ado, let's bring in my co-host, brother Elhaj Saladin. How you doing?
Can't hear you.
You
Can't hear
can't
you.
hear, you can't hear me?
Can't hear you.
Oh,
Can't hear you.
so you mean to tell me, can you hear me now? No. You mean to tell me all this time you didn't hear me?
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
All that talking we was doing, you didn't hear me?
Can't hear you.
Wow. Okay, Stefan, I'm about to
Yep.
bring you in. Can you hear me? Okay, Stefan can hear me. So this is my
Can't.
co-host, L.I. Saladin. We're gonna bring in Stefan Barnes.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Hey,
So can you hear me, Steph?
I can hear you.
Okay. Me and Steph can hear each other, El Hodge. You can't hear me. So maybe you gotta log out and log back in.
Cause
So Steph,
I heard him.
he said he can't hear.
You hear it?
Log
So
out and log back in.
that's
So
all
we
good.
so we're gonna keep going, right? So
Yeah, we gonna
Steph,
have to.
I want to give a little brief history with Steph, right? Me and Steph had met because we did a play together. It
Mhm.
was a cohort play, right?
Right.
And me and Steph have similar stories. He didn't really open up to me about it until afterwards. But Steph was a big ball of energy, and he brought so much lightness and peace to this play. And he is such a good brother. And the reason for the play was to bring officers and civilians together so they could have a conversation and understand each other. When I got there, I was like, fucking cops. Ah. you know, I have my view of cops, but of course, meeting Steph and some other beautiful individuals my whole outlook has changed. Not every cop is, an asshole. And Steph is here to prove that. And me and Steph has been friends. We have talked about
Yeah, we
everything.
got so many deep talks,
Yeah,
like pretty much over the year.
So without further ado, who is Steph?
All right. Hi again, everybody. I'm Stephen Barnes. I'm a multitude of things. I'm the youngest of six. I'm a loving boyfriend. I'm a police officer. I've been a cop for 13 and a half years. I never wanted to be a cop. I always wanted to be a firefighter / actor. So I actually went to school to do that. And then somehow I ended up taking the NYPD test and boom, I became a cop. And I just, for years and years and years, I've just been waiting to be a firefighter. It didn't happen until, it just never happened. So they called me in 2021 to try to join the fire department. But, listen, I'm human. I will say that, I've definitely made my mistakes throughout my life. And, I just try to be that one guy that's a positive person. I try to always be happy for everybody. I try to be everyone's biggest cheerleader. And, in return, sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe they could do the same. But, sometimes life ain't like that.
And you know what? And that you are. You are very much everyone's biggest cheerleader. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay, great. You are definitely everyone's biggest cheerleader. I definitely will say that. Hey to everyone that's in the chat. Thank you so kindly for for tuning in. Um, so as you know, this is a mental health podcast. Tell us about a time where you went through a mental health bout.
A good time would definitely be back in 2021, where, like I said, I wasn't the best person. I was married at a time, and I just wasn't like happy with my life. Like I felt like I wasn't a good enough husband, or I wasn't a good enough friend, and I ended up, meeting somebody at work one time. Me and her got into a little relationship, and then that relationship kind of just like I kind of like gave my all, gave everything into it, trying to make somebody else happy who didn't necessarily want it. They were just accepting it just because they were like, oh, look, opportunity. This guy's gonna be this guy's gonna be that. I'm gonna take it. So after a while, I started to realize, I was like, wait, I can't make her happy. I can't make my wife happy. I can't make no one happy. So that just like completely like brought me. Actually, no, my mistake. I said 2021. I meant to say 2023. Happened in 2023 when I started like really like going through it with like depression and stuff like that. I felt like I was always there for people, but people weren't there for me. So that was a big thing. I had to really go through and suffer for a while.
Do you mind telling us like some incidents? Because you have went into detail with me.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Yeah, I don't mind. Look, listen, I try to be open book with people because I'm a very big proponent of mental health. I feel like everyone needs therapy, especially men. A lot of us men, we have a hard time accepting the fact that we need therapy. There's a lot of things that we've experienced as men, whether it's a man of color or just a man in general. You went through stuff that you probably shouldn't have gone through growing up, and you're just thinking that's normal, and it really wasn't. But like a really dark place I was in was like because I was a police officer. I had access to a firearm, I had access to a gun, but because of the time what I was going through, I didn't know how like people would actually like really get to notice me. I feel like people weren't really, people didn't appreciate me, or no one wanted to really help me when I really needed the help. I just wanted someone to talk to, and I feel like my wife wasn't there. My ex, the girl I used to deal with, she wasn't listening. Everyone was just using me. They was like, oh yeah, Steph is just a guy of fun. He's not really that. Let him just talk. So there was times, I put my gun to my head in my office. I've contemplated when I'm working in the train. I've contemplated touching the third rail. I was hoping one day like we would get a call about someone trying to jump off the building, and I would run to the building and try to save him and end up falling off the building myself. So when I had a lot of those ideas, and like it really took a lot of people started noticing I was a little like I was more distant at work. I just wasn't like that big ball of energy. I was just very quiet. 'Cause some people handle things differently.
Mhm.
A lot of people lash out. Some people get angry. Me, I'm the type of person I just get very quiet. I get quiet. I just get detached. I don't say anything. I don't do anything. I'm just like literally just in the space there. Just for if I'm at work, I'm just there at work, just like this,
Mhm.
just looking around. I'm on my phone, trying to see what the next person is doing. Trying to see like, oh man, maybe the girl talked to me today. It was just really, or it was just a lot of stuff. A lot of it too was because I wasn't getting promoted as well, and I felt like I didn't leave. Like I let my family down. I let a lot of people down, and I let myself down.
Mhm.
So a lot of it was like I was really detrimental to myself. I tend to really be harsh on myself, and I don't have to be. We don't have to beat up ourselves with something we can't accomplish something. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, sometimes we could be our own worst critic.
We could be our
Sometimes,
own worst.
yeah, sometimes we hurt ourselves more than people would, and it's just
Yeah.
like, how? Why? And I had to learn that. Why am I giving everyone else grace and I'm not giving myself grace?
Hmm.
What's happening here?
Right. It's like my aunt, she's a therapist. She was telling me like I'm the caretaker person. Where if the only way I'm going to be happy is if everyone else is happy, because I want to make sure you're good, and that's just a learned behavior. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I got it from my mother, but it was just me just seeing that everyone else was happy. That would make me happy. But then I didn't have anything else to give because I used to like what that saying where you can't pour from an empty cup. I would always pour. I would always pour and pour and pour into this, that, and never do anything for myself. I would do little things for myself, but it wasn't really what I needed. It was like things like it would just be a way to satisfy me for the moment or for like a short time, instead of something like long term that I really needed.
I totally understand that. I get that because that's how I was. I felt healing with healing everyone else.
Hmm.
And instead of me working on myself, I was working on other people.
Working on other people.
It was as if I was running from myself, but I realized that I was being codependent.
Right. Hmm. And
That codependency thing, and it was like how we just said, you can't pour from an empty cup. And then once I kept pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, giving everybody else, I had nothing left for me. I was depleted.
yeah. Right.
So I totally get that, and I totally understand where you're coming from. El Haj, do you have anything that you want to add to that? I'm sorry.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
There we
we
go.
can hear you. We can hear you now.
Okay, I see half myself. I hope that the audience can see me. I can't.
We can see you.
Well,
You're
Good
good.
to see you.
oh, okay, okay. I can't see myself. All right. But anyway, uh,
Do you have anything you want to add to that?
well, when it comes to exhaustion, when you're dealing with the liberation of any people, particularly our people, sometimes there's no time for vacations. There is no vacation when you're dealing with the liberation of our people. Yes, we get tired, exhausted, but think about the people who came before us.
Hmm.
There was no vacation for them. I could point out a number of them. And we're going to be celebrating, some of us will be celebrating the great accomplishments of people of color in February, which is the shortest month in the 12-month calendar. There was no vacation for Minister Malcolm X, no vacation for Dr. King, no vacation for the liberators among our people. This work of enlightenment and raising our people out of a social death, requires some of us to do this work 24/7, 365 days a year, and you may get some time off. You
Hmm.
might get some
I
time off,
I
and then you're
want
right
I
back at
want
this
to
work.
I want to rebut that because I don't agree with that to a certain extent, and the only reason why I say that is because me doing that work and not thinking of myself, it put me in a mental institution, and I had a
Right.
nervous breakdown and almost died.
Right.
And that nervous breakdown shut down my organs, and I was out of commission for about a year. And then once that year was over, it still took me time to get myself back in motion. That within that year, I was in and out of the hospital every week, and I was told, you got to sit down and you have to take care of yourself right now. I had no capacity for anyone else at that time. At that time, I had to take care of Etoy, because if I don't take care of me, then I'm not going to be able to take care of anybody else. So being that I took care of me at that time, now I'm able to get back, and now I'm able to do the work that I was doing before, like how I have been doing. So I really just believe that you have to fill your cup first before you can be able to pour into somebody else, because you can't give anybody what you don't have. And I went through that experience, as far as me, 24/7, think about other people, do here and there, taking the calls. And, I actually had a business of me, being a life coach and me consulting people. And the funny thing is, when I had that nervous breakdown, they put me on bed rest. I was on bed rest for 3 months when I came out that psychiatric ward. And when I was in there, they knew I wasn't crazy. They said, "We know you're not crazy." Their exact words, "We know you're not crazy. We just know you need a break from life."
Mm.
That's what they said. And when I came home and I said to my clients that I'm sorry, I'm going to discontinue our services for a little while because I have to heal, they were selfish and they was mad. Oh, can I still send you somebody else? No, I don't have anything for anyone else right now because I have to heal. And every time I did try to go outside of that and try to help someone when I wasn't fully, ready, I ended back up in the hospital. So that's just, my opinion, just from my experience, that you have to take time, from yourself. That's why I always say at the end of every podcast that you do something for yourself today. That's my opinion.
Can I piggyback off of that too?
Yes.
If you don't mind. So I agree with you, but like with my situation, I was forced to go because I know I needed help, and I was slowly doing it because the NYPD has they implemented it over the last few years about getting mental health or receiving mental health for police officers or anyone who works for the department. Because most jobs are very stressful, but like being the first line responder, it could be on a whole different level. But like I reached out and I wasn't really getting the help. So my brother was the one who actually called. He said, "All right, this is what's going to happen to you," because the day it happened was February 13th. I had made a post on Facebook. I didn't say any words. I mean, like there was little signs because I started telling people like some of the signs that when I care about people, I tell them like, "Hey, these are the signs if I'm going through it." Like I just might put up like I might make a post on Instagram and it just might be music. I won't put any words. Just might be music. But I made a post on Facebook and I just put emojis. I just put a bunch of doves. So anytime when people see the doves, it signifies somebody died. I didn't say anything. I just felt like, at that time I was like, you know what? I think I was like, I gave my all to everybody. I did everything. I wasn't a father, but I gave my all. I got married. I made people happy. I was like, I think I lived a good life. I think I could take myself out of the picture now. I'm pretty sure everyone's they'll be a little less stressed out without me. So when someone gave word to my brother, so when he caught wind of it, he called the unit on me to my house. They came, they interviewed me, and like I said earlier, like I had a plan. I had several plans. Like I had several suicidal ideations that I was going to execute one of them. Like my death day was going to be July. It was going to be early July, like I think July 8th, because I was going to do my partner's wedding. It was going to be my brother's wedding and my partner's wedding, and I was going to kill myself after my partner's wedding. So once they heard that, they immediately said, "All right, he has to go to the hospital." So I was in a mental facility for 14 days. The NYPD came. They took away my gun because I naturally don't bring my gun home unless I'm like doing my second job. But they took away my gun that day. They waited for me to come out the hospital. I spoke to the head of the psychiatry department in the NYPD. She said, "All right, listen, you're gonna just, you're gonna stay home for a little bit, just take a break." Even when I was in a mental facility, they were just like, they was like, Mr. Barnes, you sounded like you needed a break. That's what you needed. And then, listen, that break, I'm thinking it was just going to be, I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to get my gun back. I'm going to be back on my feet. I'm not going to deal with this girl. I'm going to figure out what the hell's going on with my marriage. I'm bouncing back on my feet. I was wrong for 617 days. And that's such a, like, if I was to ever get a tattoo, that'd be the tattoo I would get, 617, because 617 was the amount of days that I was restricted at work where I wasn't a full cop, where I was just at work, just being there, you know, not knowing my job was in limbo at that time for that entire duration. Like it was a scary time. And then during that time frame too, I'm starting to slightly bounce back. My ex-wife, she kicks me out of the apartment. She's like, all right, you know, you're lying about everything you did. I need you to leave. So that, you know, brought me into further depression. And then I think that's what extended the stay too. It might not have been as long, but I tend to be a very honest person. So when the psychiatrist was asking me, like once a week, I had to go there and speak to them about what was going on, how was I feeling mentally. I was taking medications, you know, I had to like, you know, start journaling and everything. And then they was asking me, they was like, well, how do you feel? I was like, I feel terrible. Like, I feel like I want to jump off the FDR. My wife kicked me out. I was like, I'm homeless right now. Like, I can't make money. I'm sleeping on my mother's couch. Where am I going to go? So, you know, like it's sometimes you do definitely need that break, but it's okay if others can see it and they help you, receive the help.
Yeah, I agree with that. Elhaz, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
You know, all of these law enforcement jobs or careers are stressful.
Right.
And the Department of Corrections is stressful. Not taking anything from those who are listening who work for the NYPD. All law enforcement, you put your life on the line. But imagine working a correctional facility, you're in charge of 100 men, and none of them want to be there.
Yep.
And you don't have a gun. All you have is your wits and your physical condition. There are many police officers that would not take the Department of Corrections job. Police, particularly right now, because the Department of Corrections is under tremendous.
About that life.
I know many members of service in the Department of Corrections who were stressed out. Some of my colleagues committed suicide.
Oh my God.
Like I said again, everybody needs an out. Because these jobs, they claim they care about the members of service.
Right.
But when you don't have an out, somewhere where you could relax, read a book, maybe do some running, exercising, talk with other people, the job will drain you. It will do you in. And most of us, we don't have no spirituality. We have no outlet. We have no people who we can talk to figure this thing out. Because usually they get us in our 20s. That's when they get us. And we're still growing then, you know? And so you get on these jobs and it is just stand roll call, take your assignment, and then you're working in a situation where it's stressful. You come home, it's stressful. After a while, it's like pulling a rubber band to two extremes. Eventually it pops.
Yeah.
Eventually.
1,000%.
So next question. So when was your breaking point where you knew you had to do something to get up out that situation?
My breaking point was definitely where it was a couple times. I would come home and I wouldn't be able to sleep. My wife wouldn't allow me to sleep in the same bed with her. She would lock the door when I come home. I wouldn't be able to get in the apartment for a little bit. And this is before I stepped out. So it started slowly building from then. You know, there was no communication between me and her. It was that. And then when I threw the other girl, I threw her birthday party. She did not deserve that. Trust me. There's one thing I regret day in and day out. I regret it. It's a life lesson. I wish I never threw that birthday party for an undeserving person. And it just put me in such a bad financial situation when I was like, and I like to give people my word. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And it's like I would say it's like a double-edged sword because like I'm gonna do it whatever way I can make it happen. Like I'm gonna sacrifice, I'm gonna do something, but I'm gonna do it. But then it was killing me so much just to try to make someone else happy who wasn't happy necessarily with me. And that's when I used to go home. I'd be in my car, just like before I go upstairs, I'd be like tearing up in the office. I'd reach out to my partner, Kiki, just to try to talk to her about something, just for anyone just to listen to me. And, like shout out to my partner because she was there to listen to me.
Shout out to Kiki. She was in the play too as well, y'all.
Yeah, Kiki was in the play too.
And Kiki fake famous. I had to visit a police department, a police station in Harlem by my job, and they got the TV.
Oh, they got her video there.
Yeah, like wait a minute, I know her. Excuse me. Shout out to Kiki. Oh, one question. I see a Chelsea's trying to get on the podcast.
Oh, that's my lady. Yeah.
Okay, I think you sent her the wrong link.
I did. Oh, geez.
Yeah, you sent her your personal link.
Oh, geez.
On the show, you got to send her the link to watch it, and you sent it to Kiki as well because she was over here trying to get in this on stage.
Oh, geez, my fault.
But shout out to y'all. Shout out to the missus.
Oh, hold on. Let me try to do that right now. Forgive me, y'all.
You're good. So again, and you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to show our clip when we was on the news. Are you still there, Steph?
Look like he's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. He's actually texting. So Elhaj, I was trying to figure out how can it's Channel 11 made it so hard to share. You can only really share it through text, or you can only really share it through Facebook. You really can't share it on Instagram, TikTok, none of that. So, but I was trying to, because we have been viral, y'all. Me and Steph right here, we was on the news. Y'all hear me? I kept getting texts. I saw you on the news. I saw you on the news. It was dope. So what it was is that it was a tribute to Eric Garner. It was the 11th cohort. It was such a
okay. I don't hear you now. I don't hear you.
Okay. Well, thank you. So to everyone else, I hope you can hear me because Elhaj is having some troubles over there. It was such a beautiful event. It was so beautiful. It actually was therapy for me. It really was therapy. Can you hear me, Steph?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's kind of low now. Oh boy, what did I do?
Can you hear me?
All right, that should be better.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's okay. My mic.
So what I was telling the audience is that how
I don't hear you, Etoy. I don't hear you.
He can hear me. Steph can hear me.
I hear you. I hear you, but I don't hear you.
You don't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't hear Etoy. I hear you. I hear you. Stephen, I hear you. I don't hear Etoy.
Let me keep going. So we had did a cohort, and we had did a cohort. I'm getting texts. I don't know why it's still coming through. And it was.
Do you hear me, Steph?
It was so healing. I can hear you. It was so healing. It had to do a lot with trusting the process. So one of the exercises what we had to do was, we're actors. You have to like mirror, and you have to look the person in the eye, and we had to mirror their movement. And do you know how uncomfortable that is to actually stare somebody in the eye that you really don't know and watch and mirror their movement? Remember that stuff?
Do you hear me out there?
Say it one more time, Toy.
I said, do you remember that when we had to do the mirror exercise?
Oh yeah. Because it's just so low right now.
I was saying how uncomfortable that was, and then another one where remember when we had to do the mime and I was blindfolded and y'all had to like guide.
Oh yeah,
that right there, because I have major trust issues and I have volunteered to do it. So, and these are police officers, also civilians, but we already know how we came in. We don't know anybody. And I had to trust these police officers to guide me. Take a step here, move there, shimmy this way, and if I was and they was pulling all kind of tricks. But the thing was, I had to trust these people. When I tell you, every rehearsal, I felt something lift up off of me. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. So moving forward, so Steph, what was your action steps? What was your action steps to get up out of your bout, your challenge?
Um, honestly, it was being honest. Being honest, like
Mhm.
stop trying to pretend somebody that I'm not. I'm not a big baller. I'm not this. I'm just a regular guy. Like I don't need to try to impress everybody. And then that's one thing I could say. Like, that's why I'm very grateful for my girl. She's like, yo, you
Mhm.
don't have to impress me. Like, babe, you doing much. You show up. That's all I need. Of
Mhm.
course, I'm always give her more, but some people are just not the right fit for you. Some
Yes.
people, yeah, like, some people realize, like, some people just want and want.
Now we
It-
gotta
it-
give an applause. We gotta give applause for that. We
like,
gonna give
it's
that was the applause for your girl, and that was applause for saying some people just not the right fit for you.
it's not the right fit. Like, yeah, you might be attracted to them and everything like that. My girl's hella beautiful, and I'm attracted to her, and she hits everything right. And I
I
was like,
know
that's the
that's
girl I
right.
need. I was saying that too. I was like, damn. I went to everybody to get to her. That's the person you need.
I know that's right. And I'm so glad that y'all met because I remember the conversations before, she came. And then there was the conversations after she came. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Because we all in the community together. So it's like if you went out there,
Yo,
you feel
exactly,
me?
exactly. And then my
If
girl will
you
tell you, like, when you meet her, she'll tell you, like, yo, I was trying to talk to him for years. He was just ignoring me. And so babe,
you
I'm sorry. Sorry for waking up so late.
don't worry. I'm gonna get up for you, girl.
But
So next, yeah.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to go back to it too, because it's because I feel like a lot of us, we just get so caught up with like the celebrities and everything like that. Like, oh yeah, like I want to do this for my girl. I want to do that. It's like after a while, like I forgot to send it to Demetrius. After a while, we get tired. Like, no, I don't want that. Like, I want something that's genuine. That's genuine. What I have. Like, you
Right.
you can't buy real love.
You definitely can.
Yeah,
You can't buy it. You can't fake it. The energy not gonna lie. The energy gonna
exa-
tell you.
exactly. The energy going to tell you.
The
The
energy
energy's a
definitely gonna
thousand
tell
percent going
you.
to tell you.
So what are you doing now? I always like to end the story on something positive. What are you doing now?
Listen, I'm just trying to take time to myself. Be more. I have to be more present for me, and I try to be more present for her, and just do things I like. Like, granted, like going to the gym was my thing. Like, well, trying to go to the gym was my thing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So going to that was like it was a therapeutic thing. But like me coming home, playing video games, like watching TV, relaxing, listening to music. A lot of times when I was going through my depression, I was listening to certain music, but it would keep me in that funk.
Yo, music has a vibration to it.
Yeah, no,
Music definitely has a
absolutely.
vibration.
Because like sometimes like you go like so you listen to upbeat music, you listen to start like sometimes like what like I like 40s music, I like R&B from back in the days. Sometimes that can put me in a bad funk, and I necessarily don't really need to listen to that.
Right.
Like I give it to my
Understandable.
girl, like she'll listen to gospel and everything like that, and I'm like, you know what, I should probably just start listening to it too, because
Mhm.
it uplifts her spirit. So I'm like, I gotta probably do the same thing,
So how
or
does it
just
make you
find.
feel?
I have no problem with gospel at all. It's
Okay.
just not in my regular rotation, but I don't have no problem with gospel. But
Okay.
just like even just like like sometimes like even like talking to therapists, they were just like, "Yo, do something for you. Take care of you. Put you like yes, you can love everyone, but you have to put yourself first." Like,
You have to. My godfather always tell me, and his godmother told me this as well. Excuse me. They said, being that you are who you are, you have to take care of yourself first. If you take care, your people who you take care of, help them out,
mhm,
advocate, and then after you do that, you have to take care of you
yeah,
because you gave them your energy. So
hmm
now you have to refill yourself. You have to
yeah,
refill your cup again. So now, excuse me, I don't know why. throat is scratchy.
Okay.
Now I'm in a point in my life where, and I learned this from Queen Afua. Shout out to Queen Afua. Shout out to all my sacred sisters. That I'm filling my cup so much that it's running over. So now I have an abundance
Yeah, but
of
abundance
energy.
to give out.
So now when it's everybody gets what's spilling over. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm never empty, and I can be able to, excuse me, I can be able to, help out, and I can be able to give from my abundant cup. So yeah, shout out to Queen of Food, because that lady right there, excuse me, she helps me a lot. So, maybe you should maybe you and your girl should join. They have the warriors, the warriors for men, and they have the sacred woman still going on for women. Like that'd be something beautiful for you and your lady to join.
Hey,
Y'all should try it together. Y'all really
hey.
should.
Now I told her, I was
Okay.
like, I love it how she says it to me all the time. She's like, yo, I'm not going anywhere. I was like, you're right, because I ain't going nowhere either.
I know that's right. She
Yeah.
claims her state for the
Yeah, nah,
phone.
yo, when we first started dealing with each other, she said, yo, Claire DeRosta is a new sheriff in town. That's literally her words. I was like,
Hold
damn.
on. Let's give
I
her
was like,
applause for that one. Let's give her applause.
I never heard that in my life. I felt like threatened. But then I was like, you know what? I needed a woman that's gonna be like, that's not gonna like, it's not challenge you in a bad way, just to like she's gonna set the tone.
What's your girl's email? Because somebody just said I'm down. What's her her
That's probably is it C Brooklyn 92 or something like that?
Yep, that's her.
Yeah,
That's
it's
her.
her. Yeah, that's her.
All
Oh yeah, I
right,
just see it right
man.
now.
Hey, Makissa. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone in the chat. Okay, so what is your take on the power of the mind?
I take on the power of the mind. Yo, the mind could the mind could do many things. The mind could tell you a lot. It can. It's sometimes it's too powerful, but
Yeah.
you have to one thing I think we have to do is we have to learn how to speak more positivity into us. And I'm a victim. Like I don't speak a lot of positivity into me, and that's because sometimes I'm not feeling it. Sometimes I don't want to say that my mind is playing tricks on me, but sometimes I tend to overthink. And my girl says like, yo, it's all in your head. A lot of it is true. We get in our own head a little bit too much.
Hence, the name of this podcast is called Don't Think Too Hard.
Yeah. You're right. You don't. It's true. Like you don't have to think too hard. Make it happen, and
Don't
if you
think too
can,
hard. Don't think too hard. My take on the power of mind. I have it's such a broad answer. I'm not trying to narrow it down to something small. And then we're gonna let El Hodge, speak on his take on the power of the mind. Um, the mind is so powerful. It's our magic wand. Um, it can either make you or break you.
yeah,
And the power of the mind, like what sometimes people don't understand. Let me get closer to the mic. I hope everybody can hear me. The power of the mind is so powerful that it could really create it creates your life. So if you're gonna tell yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, guess what?
you're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it. If you're telling yourself you sick, guess what? Then you're gonna start feeling sick.
I'm
Because let
feeling
me tell
sick.
you something, right? Right before we came, because you was late to sound check. I'm gonna tell your girl
Sorry,
he need a pow
yo.
pow. He need a pow
I was at work
pow.
till 7 o'clock, so my fault. I was supposed to get up at 1.
He need a pow pow. Sound check was 7:15. I pushed it back to 7:30, talking about I'm gonna be late. He didn't log on the sound check at 7:55. The show starts at 8 o'clock.
Wait, no, I checked it at 7:33.
You was driving and it was pitch black dark. You need
Got
to
you.
be sitting right here at 7:30. Anyway, moving forward. So I was cleaning my system out all day long, right? So I really didn't eat, and getting so caught up, and and I'm trying to get the podcast together and do whatever else I'm doing, and keep my mind right. Um, I'm famished. I was sitting on waiting for you. I'm talking to El Saladin, and I'm just like, I don't feel good. I'm like, I feel like I'm about to pass out. Like, you know, and I really had to get up, open up this door, pour some water on my head, and go get myself together. And I told myself, I'm gonna do this. I had to like tell my body, we're gonna get through this hour.
Hmm.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna eat. My daughter bought me some food. I haven't been able to eat it yet because
Hey,
I'm online. I was trying to wait for you, Malcolm, to black my screen out and take a few bites, but
I'm
I
sorry.
no, it's cool. I told myself I'm gonna do it, so here I am. I'm doing it. I didn't take a bite of the food yet. I forgot that I'm hungry. That's how strong and how powerful the mind is. I go into way deeper stuff with the water and then the earth and manifesting and shaping reality and stuff stuff like that. I said that in in the first 3 episodes of this season. I'm not gonna get into that right now. Y'all can check it out. But the power of the mind is just so powerful, and also staying present,
Yes.
because what I have a tendency to do is sometimes I'll think back, and it's just like, how can I be moving forward when I'm always thinking about something back here? And I'm noticing that I could be stuck in limbo because
Mhm.
my thoughts is back here and it's not here in the present. You feel what I'm saying?
No, yo, 100%.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
nah,
the power of the
honestly, I
mind is
think
so
you
deep.
you got to meet her. You got to meet Chelsea because that's what she be saying all the time. Like, yo, it already happened. Like, how we gonna
Right.
move forward? How we like, yo, like,
It already happened. Hey,
yeah.
King Simon. Shout out to King Simon. Hold on, let's wait, hold on. Let's give a shout out to my guy, King Simon. He has been on my show a few times. He also has his own show.
Hey.
Um, he is the numero Victor. He is a major numerologist. This is one of my bestest, closest friends. He is such an amazing person. When he felt my energy, he was all the way, he was here at the time in Brooklyn. He felt my energy when I had the nervous breakdown, and he contacted me. There used to be a place in Brooklyn called Nicholas on Fulton Avenue in Style. And he used to always see me vend my products there. And he walked in and said to the owner, "Where's Etoy? I have to get in contact with her." Like, he felt my energy. He felt me going through something. And he was like, "You need to be doing this, down there." I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, because I don't wanna mess it up. But shout out to him. He's gonna be on the show next week. He does numerology readings. Hit him up, hit him up, hit him up. He is the bomb. So anyway, Steph, it was such a pleasure to have you. We almost finished with the show. El Saladin, is there anything that you want to say? He still can't hear me.
I think he could.
No, he can't hear me.
Oh man. I
Man,
mean, well, listen, I could. There's a lot of things, like, I trust me. I love this. I would definitely want to do this again. Bring me back because
definitely,
remember I told
definitely,
you I want to do my
definitely,
own podcast, and I was like, I love this
definitely,
energy and everything.
definitely.
But
So,
my
because
thing is,
we getting ready to go into 'cause we got to move right along. It's already 8:51.
mhm.
We getting ready to go into hot topics. Anybody that knows me know I normally do trivia time. I'm not doing trivia time this week. I normally give out $50 cash prize. We not doing that this week. We gonna say that for next week. It's the holiday time. I got birthdays coming up. catch
Birthdays,
me
Christmas,
next Catch me
holidays.
next week. So we get ready to go into
Hot topics.
Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch my voice? Did y'all catch my voice?
Can't hear you.
Shout out to me. Shout out to me. Log off and log back on, Chandler. Can somebody please tell Chandler, I mean El Saladin, that I said to log off and log back on, because everybody can hear me, but he can't hear. Okay. So moving forward, I want to talk about the Diddy controversy.
Mm.
Have you seen that documentary?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What's your take on it? I didn't know he was such a. What my boyfriend would say is he's the devil. Um,
So,
and I didn't want to believe that until thank you until I saw all this stuff come out to play. I didn't want to believe that he had Tupac killed. I didn't want to believe that he really was doing all this sexual stuff. I didn't want to believe that he was such a monster. But the crazy thing is that he videotaped a whole bunch of this stuff, and he has his own paper trail.
Yeah, he has his own paper
So
trail. Like I remember, I caught it years ago when Diddy was in LA and he was playing the Joker, and I saw the way he was playing the Joker. I was like, I don't know if he's really in character. I feel like that was just him just being wild and crazy. And then like I always had that like in the back of my mind. And I'm watching it. I was like, yeah. I was like, Diddy's not a good guy. I was like,
wow.
it's crazy because, as black men, we always looked up to Diddy. Like, we wanted to be that guy that had like the money, the flashiness, the bad chicks. But what did he achieve to get there? Like, Diddy stepped on a lot. He stepped over a lot of people to get his way.
Mhm.
Yo, thank you, babe. When he danced I don't normally get goosebumps. When he danced on the stage after Biggie's funeral, that gave me goosebumps. I was like, that was the biggest slap. Like, that was the biggest slap in the face to anyone. I couldn't even believe that. Like, he danced on the stage like a damn idiot.
He definitely did. And
Can y'all hear
what's
me?
funny?
We get you now.
Okay.
We can hear
All
you.
right.
So we talk about Diddy now.
Oh, okay.
In a documentary. So when you spoke about Biggie, what bugged me out was when he didn't even want to go to Cali. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Second, when it was time for him to leave, he had to go to Europe. He had some engagement in Europe, and Diddy was like, "No, we canceling that. We having a party." Something like to me, he kind of set Biggie up.
Yeah. He was a
And then
secret
right,
hater.
and then right after that, it was like Biggie was supposed to be on Rolling Stones. All of a
Yeah,
sudden, you taking him off the Rolling Stones, and now you're on Rolling Stones. Then you made the man pay for his own funeral. Are you freaking kidding me?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
So please chime in the chat. How do y'all feel about this? Please chime in, chime in, chime in, chime in. Now my whole here we go the mental health thing. What happened to Diddy to make him become like this?
I was trying to let El Hodge go first.
Well,
But
let me say this. There are a lot of dark, sinister forces in entertainment.
Hmm.
I'm going to say that again. There's a lot of dark forces that are spiritual in entertainment. And it could draw you in to the world of darkness. Okay? And that's why some who are in gospel wind up being drawn into this dark world. We got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Can y'all hear me?
absolutely, no, I agree with that.
Okay. Because I didn't see visual. So these dark forces, give you an example. There was a man called Sam Cooke, famous gospel singer. He was a heartthrob in the African American community. And there were others. And they wind up going into rhythm and blues. And some people in the church used to call it devil music.
Yeah.
For a reason. That you could lose your soul if you go into these certain arenas of certain music expressions. And when you're dealing with rap in the beginning was wholesome, fun, and it uplifted our people.
Mm-hmm.
Then another movement came into the rap industry, calling our women bitches and hoes, glorifying certain pathologies, and they were marginalized. I'm talking about those who call their women queens and beautiful black women, and they were uplifting our people. I'm talking about the early part of rap. And then there was another group that came in and decided we're going to denigrate women. We're going to denigrate education. And they use that as a means of enriching these people. And so, and when you try to get out of it, when you try to get out of this world, that's where they wind up ending your life. And marginalizing you. I'm talking about these chief executives who we don't see, and they're cashing in on this rivalry because it was a rivalry. Everybody could eat. You had the West Coast, East Coast, that rivalry. There was people that profited off of that. And these brothers should have known better, but they got sucked in and they started killing each other off. You don't see that in rock and roll. You don't see that in acid rock. You don't even really see that in R&B. I'm talking about the R&B, the time in which the Temptations, the Four Top, no, they didn't kill each other. There's enough for everybody to go around. But they wind up exploiting a great many of our people, killing each other over territory they don't own. Many of them don't even own their masters. Okay? So I don't want to prolong, but when we get into these arenas of darkness and evil and using words that don't uplift the people, but bring the people down, you're in the world of darkness. And we got to be very, very careful. Because we lost a lot of good people. We lost we lost Tupac. We lost Biggie. We lost a lot of other rappers. They didn't even get a chance to grow in their maturity as men. And their life was cut short. Because there were people who wanted this rivalry going, and they were cashing in on that. And so we got to be very, very careful.
I agree. So
very, very careful.
So El-Haj, you was out for a little while. Is anything that you want to say, you want to add before we log off? We'll be coming to a close.
Well, I say this to the brother here. You know, from what I was hearing that you have a beautiful wife or a potential wife or significant other, and you need we all need a support system, particularly in these jobs.
Right.
Because if not, you know, the job it's cold. It's insensitive. You know, you're just in a uniform. Right. And you just have a little name plate. And some of us, in our ignorance, we put more emphasis on that shield. And that's a whole nother talk for another time. Why is the shield on the left part of the body? Why is your badge on the left part of your body? And some of us, and that shield covers your heart. You know, so we have a lot to discuss maybe later at another time. But most of us put more emphasis on that tin, that badge, that metal, than human concerns.
You're right. You're 100% right about
that.
And
we need all the support when you marry.
I have a question about that shield, and you know, is it an ego thing?
Yes. You know when the ego starts, and this. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Etor. You know when the ego starts, and this brother, he can identify with that. This perhaps Shield Day. Shield Day. When you're giving that, you go through the academy, and when you're giving that shield, it's called Shield Day, and you can see how people change with that shield.
Like,
their personality change. It's called Etor. It's called Shield Day, and those who are listening out there. Prior law enforcement, current law enforcement, you know what I'm talking about. Shield Day. That's when people, their real selves come out. And a lot of time it's not positive.
It's not positive. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but he's right. Like, we just recently had a recruit. Well, I think he was still in the academy. He got his gun in his shield. He just ended up, you know, raping a female. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I read about that. Yeah, that's right.
He's actually the second cop. It was an African dude, and this one is a Middle Eastern guy. And it's crazy, like you said. Like a lot of guys wait till their gun and shield day. That's when their real nature, their dark nature, comes out, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Like when I went through the academy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You really see how people are going to handle this job when they're given that shield. And I have to say this too. Even when the shield changes colors, when you get a gold shield, the sergeant shield, now the ego really inflates. And the people you used to work with the same silver badge, now they're promoted to sergeant, captain, lieutenant. Now they become more ego driven. Okay? This is not everybody, but there's some people, man, when they get those changes to the shield, they change.
Wow.
They changed because in actuality, we're supposed to be servants of the people. It's called civil servants. Civil servant. You're supposed to serve the people. They're not your enemy. You're supposed to serve the public, not brutalize the public. You're a civil servant. You're a civil servant employee.
I got you.
Whether
We
you
definitely
fire. Yeah, brother. I don't want to
I mean,
get
we
okay.
we gotta have this. We gotta have a good talk with that one next time. I promise you.
No, we got a few
Oh.
minutes. Go ahead and elaborate.
No, go ahead, El Hodge. No, because
Okay.
you're right. But you know, as civil servants, you know, we do have a job to the people, but also at the end of the day, we are people as well. So I know the public needs to understand that as well. I'm not trying to just be saying that as a cop, but it's just like, you know, as humans, you know, we have our days like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like
Of
during the
course.
protests and everything, I could tell you, it was rough being a black police officer. And I always say this, the only thing harder than being a black police officer is being a black female police officer. Because black females, like women, like queens, get destroyed as police officers, and it's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
like you know, there's a whole stigma about black female officers. It's crazy.
And let me say this to you, brother. They should not be castigated because a lot of these sisters, they have to pay off their college tuition. They have to take care of their families. And so a lot of these young brothers, if they would keep their nose clean, so to speak, and take these tests, they can get on these jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
but they don't even qualify.
I try to instill that. I'm like, I'm not trying to tell you to be a cop, but get any city jobs. You don't always have to be a cop. You could do something else.
How
Like
about
this-
sanitation?
Oh no, sanitation was one of the first things I've ever thought about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you know, be where, you know, like not only to integrate, but be where the money is. Those are great jobs to have. It's a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. But we have a mindset. I deal with the mind. We have a mindset that they don't want law enforcement in the community. They want to
exactly.
defund the police.
They
The
wanna-
question we have to ask these people that say that, then who's going to police the criminal? Who's going to police them? If they say they don't want no police in their community, how can we govern ourselves in a situation where most of our people are uncivilized?
Okay. They can't.
How can Big Mama or Grandma go to the store safely in our community? She doesn't
And
have to worry about the White Citizen Council or the KKK or some white supremacist mobs. She
Yeah,
has to
true.
concern herself by Pookie and little Ray Ray on the corner.
Yeah, the little
Because
YNs
we
with the
bought
with the
into-
mask on.
Not Pookie and Little Ray Ray.
Okay? We bought into that. The question is, if we remove police officers, what are we going to replace it with? That's the question. That's the
Listen,
question.
it's a great question, and I'm not even trying to disrespect the incoming mayor, but I'm gonna just say we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Like I'm gonna
Right.
still be around. You know, I still want to be a mentor to the youth and everything like that. But you know, at the same time, a lot of times they want us to step back. They want us to step
Yeah.
back. Like, you know, I love helping the hood. I love working in the Lower East Side. Like I hate
Right.
seeing, quote, you know, like forgive me. I hate seeing these little niggas doing nothing. Like these little guys just doing nothing on the street, just chilling on the corner. Like, yo, let's do something with your life. Like go get an honest job. Like we have a boxing gym. Like get involved in something. You don't have to be in the corner all day. It's corny. And like you said earlier, brother, like, you know, you got these guys dying over these things that they don't even own. Like y'all don't own Lillian Walled houses. Y'all not related to that lady. Y'all don't know who the hell that is. Y'all just live there. I'll tell to all my young men and women, I'm like, the goal for you and y'all working with me and Kiki is for you guys to get out of the hood. Kiki's my partner. For you guys to get out of the Lower East Side to be better than us. That's my goal. That's what I want for you guys.
What
You guys
Steph
don't have-
didn't say that he's in community affairs. You didn't say when I
Oh, because I'm really not. Like I'm just
Are you not in that no more?
no. I'm just like no. So like the community affairs thing that never happened. Me and Kiki are just so. Yeah, that's another story. That's a whole other podcast episode. But me and my partner were just youth officers.
Oh, okay. So y'all
Yeah,
have
so we
y'all have
work-
the stigma of being social workers. I said the
Right.
stigma of being social workers.
Right. And then, that's another thing too, because they see us working with kids. They think that we're not good as cops. And it's
Right.
crazy.
That's my point.
Yeah. They're like, oh, no, they don't really
Yeah.
do much. Like, no, we do a lot more than y'all think.
But can I share this? Can I share this with you, Steve? You know, at one point, the Guardians Association of
Mhm.
NYPD and corrections and court officers, they were strong back in the late 60s and 70s. For those
Absolutely.
who are Guardians today, I'm not minimizing the Guardians' power as a
Pastor
movement.
Gordon, yeah.
But the Guardians Association has been given the stigma of a party type organization.
Right.
Okay. And they were supposed to be responsible in making sure that our people, whether you're on the job, you're a civilian, that you were protected.
Right.
That's what the word guardian means. What the word guardian means.
You're right.
But
To
we
protect
came
us.
in, many of us, we took these tests and we became individuals. We don't realize there were people who picketed, who suffered for us to get on these jobs. And they
Mhm.
formed these ethnic organizations. I mean, the Emerald Society, the Colombian Society, the J Society, they don't have these, they're not plagued with these kind of issues that
No,
we
it's
have.
just who is it? It's
You know
just
what I'm
ours.
talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's ours
Okay.
and the Hispanic Society. It's that's just how they view it. And you hit the nail on the head. They just view it as
Yeah,
the
right.
party, for fraternal organizations.
Absolutely. And so we divided ourselves, and our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, you know, they created the, I don't know about NYPD, the Caribbean Society.
There's Jam Leo. I'm a part of the Jamaican. Out of all the organizations, I'm a part of only one of them, the Jamaican Association.
But see, we divide ourselves. We become our own little island.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Right.
I used to tell members of service, because I was on the job, as you well know, I used to tell some officers, the Irish, the Emerald Society, what part of Ireland are they from? Okay? They may be from different parts of Ireland, but they speak up as one voice.
As
The
one voice.
Irish Society. The Colombian side, they're Italians. What part of Italy are they from? It doesn't mean anything to them. They speak for one voice. But when it comes to black people, people of color, we're the Guardians, the Colombian Society, then we got the Latinos. We divide ourselves, we weaken ourselves. And we gotta do away with this.
I
Okay?
completely agree with it. I completely agree with it.
So what I'm saying is,
so we gotta. I'm sorry. So sorry. It's 9:10. Can we get like our last?
okay, all right. Let me add my last, and I'll let the guests, please. We have to be community workers in these jobs. It's no accident that they call us civil servants, not masters, not brutalizers, civil servants. We have a responsibility for the general public. And who can speak best to black people and brown people but black and brown people?
Black and brown people.
Not someone that live all the way out in Montauk. Only time they see black people is either on television or watching sports, or turning the Folger Adams key in some cell block, or taking some perk to central booking. His relationship to black people is totally different than those from the community. So I'll end it on that. Go ahead, brother. Thank you.
No, you hit the nail on the head. Like I said, I was like, I agree with it. Like who else is a better representation of us than us? Like no one's gonna be able to do it. But then a lot of times, like you said, a lot of us, when we get into certain positions, we tend to forget where we started and where we came from. So it's scary when certain people get promoted, and sometimes it's a great thing. Like I feel like if I was to ever get promoted or put in that position, I wouldn't change. I'd have to change in some ways, but I would still always be who I am. Because I've literally seen it happen with some of my boys. I was like, damn, like I used to be a cop with this person. I'm not going to say who this person is, but the person became a very high ranking person in the city. And, I was just like, wow, that's, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just like, wow. I'm just leave it as that.
They was always that way, brother. They just needed some wings to spread. No accident that the sergeant shield got an eagle on top. Okay.
Oh, man. I love Toy. I love this. I need to listen. Please invite me back again. This is phenomenal.
Definitely. Thank you so kindly for coming. I greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate your energy. I want y'all to know that he's actually being humble. Because Steph is a big ball of energy. He makes jokes. He makes
Oh
everyone
yeah.
laugh. Like he is being very humble, and I always say this is a safe space to be yourself. If you feel like you need to let out something, yeah, let it out.
Oh, 1,000%. No.
Yeah, let
So
it
wait.
out. This is a
So he's
safe space.
subdued. He's kind of playing a subdued role.
Yes, he is. But
Okay.
but you know, he has to feel comfortable. So next time when you come back, I need you to bring that person. I
Yeah,
need
I
you to
know. I
make sure.
got you. I got you. There's just certain things I won't say until the next mayor comes in. That's why I know it's a safe space, but I'm like, I ain't gonna say it yet. I ain't gonna say it yet. I'm gonna just wait and be patient.
Got you,
Yeah.
got you, got you, got you,
Yeah.
got
'Cause
you.
trust
Yeah.
me,
You
no, trust me,
still.
I was myself, but
So I just want to say thank you so kindly because we getting ready to end this. Thank you so kindly to my guests, to my co-hosts, to all the viewers. Please like, share, subscribe. Um, this is the third season, and I am so happy that we're here. I'm trying to get. I had Dr. Phil Valentine on in my first season, episode 3. I'm trying to see if I can get him back on. We're gonna have King Simon on next week. Um, we just gonna keep getting better and better, and hopefully that we can be able to be in the studio next season. We just gonna keep
hey,
growing, keep growing. You feel me? I wanted to be in the studio last season, but things are all the way they are.
yeah,
But no matter what, the work still got to be done.
yeah,
Okay.
1,000%. Listen,
So what I'm gonna say is what I always say. Have you done something for yourself today? Have you done something for yourself lately? When was the last time you told yourself you love yourself?
that's a good question.
I told myself I love myself yesterday. Elhad, we're gonna put you on mute because the papers is making um
No, that's a good question. I'll be honest. I haven't told
I
myself I haven't told myself I love myself today, or yesterday, or recently, but I'll definitely do it today.
I challenge y'all. I challenge everyone. I challenge everyone to look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, I love you, Etoy. And I had to say, you give grace to everyone, but you don't give grace to you. That was real. How can I give grace to everyone but don't give grace to myself? Then I had to also learn that um, I'm healing and growing and letting go of trauma and becoming a different person all at the same time. And I'm not in this by myself. I know there's people out there just like me. Every day it be a battle. It's a battle with the flesh, it be a battle with your mind, it be a battle with your environment. You know, you have to, you have to be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up for a mistake. If you set a goal for yourself and you're not able to complete it 100%, or if you set a goal for yourself and you don't start it that day, it's okay. If God wake you up the next morning, you start that morning.
Mm.
As long as you get up and you make an effort towards it. It's not easy, for some people that have certain struggles. It's not easy. And this is why I do the work that I do. Because if you would look at me, you wouldn't think that I have some, struggles like everyone else. And that's why I just had to get out here and talk. Because I never used to open up about my struggles because I was always the one everyone leaned to.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I had that nervous breakdown, I had to talk. And
Yeah.
when I finally opened up, I realized that I'm not in this by myself. Everyone that I'm speaking to has went through it or going through it. They have helped me get out of it. it was my time for me to get nurtured instead of me being a nurturer. It was my time for me to be healed instead of me being the healer. So don't judge someone for what you may see, for the uniform that they may put on, for the face that they may put on, because you don't know what struggle they had to get out that door just to get to work,
Just to
just to
get to
get to the
work. Oh my God.
supermarket. Yo,
Oh
when
my God.
when I tell you, sometimes it's just a struggle for people just to get out their bed.
Bad. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
depression will hit you that hard
Yeah.
that you don't
Absolutely.
even want to move.
That's right.
That hard that you don't want to move. So that's why I always say, "Oh, I felt that. Oh, somebody needed that one. Mm, I felt that one." So be gentle with yourself. Remember, when you're becoming a different person, you are healing not just yourself. You are healing your bloodline. And always remember, you have at least 15 to 20 generations running through your DNA. So sometimes you may wonder why you act a certain way, or why you have certain emotions, or why you may respond a certain way, because this is what is encoded within inside of you. So be gentle with me. My next challenge for you is, and I always say this. Well, I just said it. What have you done for yourself? So if you haven't done anything for yourself today, because you got to do something for yourself every day,
Every day.
every day, because every day it can be a struggle depending on where you at in your life. So every day, especially if you have children, if you're a parent, if you're an employee, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a servant of whatever sector you're in, whether it's for God or for the people, you are showing up for someone else every day. You have to show up for you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you haven't done something for yourself today or any other day, I challenge you. It's only 9:20. The day is not over. Run you a hot bath.
Mm.
Sit and soak in it. Pour you a cup of wine if if that's what you do. Eat your piece of chocolate. Eat some ice cream. Eat your favorite meal. Watch your favorite show. Go online and that item that you got in that cart,
Right.
hit the buy button and buy it. Don't say, "Oh, I don't have enough money," because I said that for plenty of years. "Oh, I don't got it. I gotta get this for the kids. I gotta do this. I got that bill." Da, 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 da. All that's gonna still be there. Buy something for yourself. Do something for yourself. Do whatever you need to do for you as long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. Take care of you. You have to. You have to be gentle with you and love you. The first relationship starts with you and God. Remember that. You cannot have a relationship with anybody else if you don't have a relationship with yourself. You gotta treat yourself well. And the way you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. You are the blueprint for everything. What Steph said, your date was February 13th when you had went with that bout. When they admitted me into the psychiatric ward, it was February 14th.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I said, "Well, ain't this something?" I'm in here. They admitted me into the psychiatric ward on February 14th. I said, if this is not God telling me self-love is important, self-love. I was not loving me. I was, it's so deep. Y'all read about it in the book.
Yeah, no, it's true. Self love. You're right.
Yo, self-love. You cannot love someone else or love anything else, an animal, anything, your job, anything, if you don't love
And
you
yourself.
first. So that's a challenge for y'all. Okay, I'm empty. Spirit is empty. Spirit is done. I love y'all.
Love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Peace and blessings to y'all.
Thank
Let
you.
me let me read these disclaimers because we gotta do that before we get up out of here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Soon I will have an administrator soon I will have somebody doing all of this stuff for me, and we're gonna be so professional. We're gonna be like Jennifer Hudson. We're gonna have the little
Yeah,
dance
that,
coming
that
out.
line, that walk.
We're gonna
Listen,
have all that.
your special guest is
This
going
is
to get here on time.
your guest gonna be on time. We're gonna do the damn thing, and we put that into fruition, honey. Yes. Love
God,
God first and love yourself. Yes, most definitely. Yes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. So
nah,
here we
listen.
go. Let's get with these disclaimers. The views and opinions expressed on this show by the host and the co-host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host and the channel. All information, content, and material of this website podcast is for information purposes only and are not intended to serve as a substitute for consultation, diagnosis, and/or medical treatment of a qualified physician and/or healthcare provider. Likewise, all information, content, opinions, and material of this website podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to be treated as a legal advice, nor is any attorney-client relationship created herein. And also as a disclaimer, I am a certified behavior therapist. I have my taxonomy, so I do have experience in certain behaviors that has to do with trauma. So got a little something, got a little something,
Hey, exactly. Let them know.
Bam.
Let them know, Empress.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know. Gotta let them know. But I still gotta cover myself. So I love y'all. Peace and blessing. One love. You know, I hope that y'all got something out of this show today. Because we are here to just bring the knowledge. We are here to bring the love, the peace, the healing. This is a safe space. You could be whatever, be who you are. If you feel like you want to say shit, damn bird, and oh damn, I stubbed my toe. That's what you do because this is a safe space. Sometimes you just gotta do that
Gotta let it out.
for your own mental health. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Take care of yourself.